Alrighty, folks. Good evening. Well, good morning, I may say. Um, Currently continuing to watch the line of strong to severe thunderstorms out to our western portions. Um, Give me 1 second here. Continuing to watch a line of strong to severe thunderstorms off to our west. Let's go ahead and get started here. So far, there is no warnings for Putnam County at this time. No severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings in effect for Putnam County at this time. However, given the environment and what we've been seeing today, um, we are watching this storm right here just northwest of Woodbury. This has been a long track supercell tornadic storm. It has had multiple reports of tornadoes and stuff with it, and it continues to be showing signs of an intense tornado. We're going to go ahead and put a storm track on this. Let me get the speed of it. The reason I'm going ahead and doing the coverage of this is if this storm maintains its strength, and if this storm continues on the path that it does, I have noticed that it has inched a little bit further north with each scan. That will send this storm into the Putnam County area, especially between Cookeville, Monterey, Highway 111. Like I want to say, I am not. We are not under a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning yet. I just decided to go ahead and start the coverage due to the environment and the intensity of this said storm. Anthony Taylor with Upper Cumberland Weather is doing a fantastic job covering it. You can find him on Twitter as well. He's live right now as well. His handle is at Cumberland WX, and he is doing the full coverage for this warning. As I mentioned, I'm just doing this to give everyone a quick heads up. We continue to not be under a warning at the moment. Actually, in fact, it looks like most of the severe thunderstorm warnings that was in effect just to our west has been allowed to expire. The storms just aren't looking as good as they was earlier in the night. Kind of a congealed mess of just rain showers, a little bit of hail, a little bit of lightning. But just due to the intensity of this one storm right here that is making its way north of Woodbury, Smithville, giving its proximity to us and the path that it is taking, I decided I'm going to go ahead and live stream until this warning gets either canceled or it moves into the area. One or the other. We'll be right here watching you. Other than this storm, we do have one severe thunderstorm warning up to our northeast in Overton, Clay County, Pickett County. That isn't going to affect us. It continues to push off toward the northeast. We're going to take a look here and see. Let's see if we've got anything else of interest popping up as these storms continue to march eastward. Could be a little hail along 40 between the Smith and Wilson County line. Little hail around Woodbury with that tornadic storm. Probably hearing a little bit of thunder outside. For the moment, it's just rain showers here for the county area. Nothing of concern. The concern area remains down here near Woodbury, tracking northeast. Looking at it, just a few parameters here. So, like I was saying, given the environment and the track of this storm right here, and given its proximity to Putnam County, there's Cookeville, Baxter, Allgood, Monterey. Here's Highway 111. There's State Route 135, Highway 70 South, uh, 136, and through here, just kind of giving everybody a familiar area. Just given the proximity and the strength of this storm, I am continuing to monitor and went ahead and decided to live stream. If you have anybody, I've noticed that if you getting a little tired, need another cup of coffee. Dew points have increased a little bit. The Upper Cumberland Regional Airport is now up to 63 degrees dew points. So we have got a little bit of instability that worked into the area. That's what these storms are feeding off of. Nothing compared to what it was out here in western Tennessee over near Memphis, where they had a significant severe weather event out that way. We are just continuing to monitor this one severe tornadic storm. We're going to continue to see what the NWS says. Thunder's picked up here at the HQ, but like I said, it's nothing of concern at the moment. Just a little bit of rain and thunderstorms as this line nears us. We're hoping that possibly that given the location of the storm and the storms that's developed to its south, it may cut into the instability and stuff of this tornadic storm. If you're following and if you're watching it, I do appreciate it. Got a lot going on. Sorry about that. If you are watching and you are following, I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them, and I'll try to get to them once this activity gets going. I've got so much stuff going on that usually questions and comments don't really get paid attention to. But I will see what we got since we are continuing with no warning yet for Putnam County. Like I said, there is no warning at this current time for Putnam County, just given the proximity of this tornadic storm and the tornado warning to our southwest. We are live streaming. So, as the night progresses, this is currently the only warning for the Middle Tennessee area. Say that the line of storms now stretches from Fentress County, Cumberland County down into southeast Middle Tennessee, southwest Eastern Tennessee. This is the storm we continue to watch. This storm has produced a tornado down through here. It has produced a tornado near in Rutherford County, and just given that type of system, and just given the information we have, I'm going to stick with the coverage for it until either it decides to be canceled or they extend the warning or vice versa. As I was mentioning in earlier streams, we have upgraded our radar software. I am now using multiple different softwares just for different procedures. You're looking at Gibson Ridge for the regular weather coverage, and this is Radar Omega. So, still got a few kinks to work out. I'm enjoying the program quite a bit. Like I said, still got a few kinks to work out. I'm hoping that the feed looks okay. Plan to continue to do upgrades to everything as finances come more into play.
I do not have any recommendations for that. But I'm really glad that you guys like this whole doing the weather space thing, stuff like that. No, this is not my job. I started in July of 2011. Meteorologist, and then life started otherwise. I got married, had my son. Like wasn't in the cards for me. So whenever I took anywhere,
If anybody is very familiar with OBS, I'm having an issue where my screen capture it's kind of putting this gray tint on stuff. Let's see if I can adjust that a little bit while we're waiting to see what. Ooh, that is way too bright. So if you're just joining us, the current time is 2:11 a.m. April 1st, 2023. We have been tracking a significant severe weather event across western Tennessee, western middle Tennessee. That event has now reached us, but it looks like it is starting to decrease in intensity, which we was expecting it to do. We didn't have the instability amount that areas over to the west had. We only currently have one warning in effect for Middle Tennessee, and that is the tornado warning for Smith and for DeKalb and Cannon counties. We are waiting for the latest information. This warning does expire in 5 minutes, so we're going to wait on that. Just given the longevity of this storm, I decided that I did want to go ahead and start a live stream to try getting as much ample information out there as possible. If you're just waking up with us and you're following in, Baxter, you got a pretty decent rain shower over you. Koval, you'll be getting heavier stuff now. We'll take a look at velocities here. Only thing about with the Cumberland Plateau, man, is when you get further away from the radar, all of this information is higher up. And of course, the low level jet is just streaming through our area at this moment ahead of this cold front. So the winds may look pretty strong. We don't really know if they're ever reaching the surface or not. It looks like it could be some gusty winds. in throughout the county near Lafayette, Sandler, Cedar Hill, right in this area. Go ahead and take a look at base velocities, or go ahead and look at Ville. Might be some small hail near Silver Point. Bloomington Springs might be getting something. Not very indicative of indicative. Not very likely for hail. Alright, so it looks like the NWS is going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning for this warning to replace this tornado warning, so that's a pretty good sign. Other than that, there is really nothing of too much concern. So they have allowed the tornado warning to expire, and they are replacing it with a severe thunderstorm warning for Putnam County.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Buchanan County in Middle Tennessee, Western White County in Middle Tennessee, Southwestern Putnam County in Middle Tennessee. Until 2:45.
They are tagging a tour possible with this severe thunderstorm warning.
A severe thunderstorm was located near Smithville, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Intact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Sparta, Smithville, Doyle, Gallotown, Hampton's Crossroads, Baker's Crossroads, and Burgess Falls State Park. The tornado watch remains in effect until 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time for Middle Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. The tornado watch remains in effect until 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time for Middle Tennessee.
So it looks like this storm's going to be tracking more eastward than it is northeastward, and it just includes a very small area of Putnam County, of southwest Putnam County, right here through Cookville Boat Dock Road. Stovers Road, Martin Road, down in through here. Lakeland Park, Window Cliff State Natural Area. You are also under this severe thunderstorm warning. Storm's not looking as impressive as it was, and it looks to be going more eastward than northeastward. So Cookville, Baxter, all good. Monterey, you guys are still good. Heavy rain, maybe a little bit of winds moving into the Baxter area at the moment. Cookville, you'll be next. Monterey, there is one little cell that has decided to pop up and intensify a little bit just to your southeast, but nothing of any significance. Go ahead and put velocities back on. Velocity showing 67 miles an hour, 64, 53. Just going to continue to watch this storm. Simply because they are using the Tor possible wording on it. If I take breaks on talking, I do apologize on that. Like I said in an earlier tweet, that the best time to find errors in your streaming is during an event. So I'm just looking into some stuff. I noticed the color correction for for my webcam's a little off, and I'm not sure how the quality is of the stream at the moment. Currently, at the moment, not seeing any indications of any rotation. Once the storms got into our area, the instability was much lower. So once again, if you're in the southwestern portion of Putnam County near the lake, Cookville Boat Dock Road, Lakeland Park, Windercliff, Burgess Falls, you guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Does look like winds are kind of picking up in this last scan. As I mentioned before, the radar's a decent ways away from this area, so it may not be reaching the ground. Let's see what radar thinks of that. Yeah, 87.24 miles per hour. Whether or not that's reaching the ground, that's hard to say. For most of Putnam County, there is nothing of concern at the moment, just other than the severe thunderstorm warning down here. Down here to our south. Sparta, Highway 111, Window Cliff, Burgess Falls. You guys are in the warning. Main area concern with the warning looks to be passing us to our south. NWS Chad, high wind signature southeast of Smithville. Likely some damaging wind gusts along Highway 70 heading into White County. So if you're in White County, get ready for some pretty strong wind gusts coming through as this little area right here continues to trek on towards your area. Up here back in Putnam County, we have just this one severe thunderstorm warning, and and it looks like we're pretty good on most stuff. Go ahead and turn on reflectivity again. Storms are moving out of here pretty quickly, so pretty much from Gainesboro down, you guys right there at the Smith County, Putnam County line, westward, you're pretty much in the clear. Baxter, I'd give it another 15 minutes before before I give you the all clear. Cookville all good storm. Monterey storms are still moving in to affect you. I'm going to continue to watch this storm right here fairly closely. Just given that high wind signature right here, it is not involved in Putnam County. If it decides to take a more northeast turn instead of just traveling east, it may affect some of Putnam County over here. Yeah, go ahead. I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually doing a live feed at the moment. No, you're fine. Well, let me know which ones run into. See ya. One of my good friends, Herschel, who does storm coverage for White County, he chases in that area. See if I can take a look at the stream here for a moment while we wait. As this line of storms moves through, they are allowing the tornado watch for counties to our west to be removed from said watch. So while tornado watch is in effect until 7 a.m. I would expect that watch to be canceled as soon as once this line passes our area, which should be within the next 30 to 40 minutes. Looks like most of the severe weather is now going to be just mostly south of I-40. Better instability down in this area. We continue to watch this storm right here, just given its past history of being tornadic. If it decides to take more of a northeast turn, it may affect more of the Putnam County area, but right now it is heading east towards Highway 111, Window Cliff, Burgess Falls. Very heavy rainfall, possibly some hail with you, gusty winds in that area as well. Let's take a look at Ville. Yeah, might be just a little bit of hail right there on Cookville Boat Dock Road, right there before you get into the lake. If you live in the Baxter area, a few more showers moving in for you. But the primary severe threat is now to your east. If you're along Highway 70 North, I-40 from the Baxter exit to the Smith County line, 70 from Baxter to the Smith County line. You guys are pretty much in the clear, just a few random showers throughout. And severe threats pretty much moved off to your east. We're just continuing to monitor this storm. If you have anything that's occurred down in the Window Cliff area, Burgess Falls area, go ahead and let me know. That storm's now past you. A lot of heavy rain, maybe a little bit of hail in the Cookville area. There's State Highway 111. There's South Jefferson Avenue. Town and Country at State, Hillwood, South Town Village. As I was mentioning so far, nothing severe in this area. Severe thunderstorm is down here to our south, just approaching Highway 111, right at the Smith White Putnam County line. I'm going to see what the NWS wants to do with this warning. So, damaging winds look to be the main concern. NWS seeing very intense damaging wind structure or signature in White County, northeast of Sparta, just north of Highway 70. So that would be right in here. So if you've got anybody who's lives in this area, probably might want to be in your safe place. Damaging winds is just as serious as a tornado in some circumstances. We'll go ahead and see what. Oh yeah, not really sure if this is reaching the ground, but got a core of 87, 85, 91 miles an hour. That's definitely enough to do some damage if it is reaching the ground. This is remaining south of Putnam County. We have just a very little corner of southwest Putnam County under the warning. I'm continuing to I'm continuing to monitor it once the next warning gets issued, which if this continues, more of Putnam County will be involved. Doug Hill, Glade Creek, this area. So as we was talking about, this is just the primary area of concern. It is south of Putnam County. Putnam County has actually been removed from the warning. So that is the only storm of the evening for us. I'm going to continue to track it, see if it decides to keep tracking east or northeast. If it decides to track northeast, it will be affecting portions of eastern Putnam County. Very damaging winds possible if this is reaching the ground. 82, 87, 89 miles an hour, 93 miles an hour. Just about to cross Highway 111. So if you're in that area, it's a rocking and a rolling. But for most of Putnam County, we're still good. Got a little bit of wind, rain. I can hear it hitting the door here at the HQ. Baxter areas westward, you're in the clear. The severe threat is now to your east. Cookeville, give it another 15-20 minutes, then the severe threat will be also to your east. Monterey, you still got about 30 minutes while this storm isn't severe, and the remaining storm is to our south. We'll see how this goes. See what the NWS decides to do. So it looks like they are going to issue a new severe thunderstorm warning for Watt and Cumberland counties. So it'd basically take it right through here. NWS just got a report of multiple power flashes being seen on north of Sparta, where the likely some damage ongoing. So waiting for them to issue the warning, which will area of concern is right here, right there at Cherry Creek, State Route 111, just right in O'Connor Way. It will be moving into pretty much rural Putnam County. Go ahead and put a storm track on this bad boy. So Glade Creek. Looks like you got about 10 minutes. So there's the new severe thunderstorm warning.
Overton County in Middle Tennessee, Northern Cumberland County in Middle Tennessee, Northeastern White County in Middle Tennessee, Southeastern Putnam County in Middle Tennessee, Southwestern Fetchers County in Middle Tennessee, until 3:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:36 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Sparta, moving east at 65 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour.
Alright, so this storm has decided that it is going to take a more northwest turn, or more northeast turn. Boy, I can't talk.
This includes Interstate 40 between mile markers 290 and 390
Typically, I won't cover severe thunderstorm warnings, but given that the intensity of this storm and with damage reports coming out of White County, I'm going to go ahead and continue to track this while it passes through southeastern Putnam County. If you live along State Route 84 between Monterey and the White County county line, go ahead and move to the interior of your house. 80, 90 mile an hour winds will do just as much damage as a tornado. It's getting into more of a rough area for the radar to pick up. See if I can see anything. We're about as far away from Morristown as we are Nashville. We're about as far away from Hot Top as we are from Nashville. So if you live along State Route 84, Doug Hill, Pleasant Ridge, Whitaker Flat. We'll see about some of the other roads I might get in. Ice Cove Trail, Davis Drive, up in here. Go ahead and take your severe weather precautions as damaging winds are moving into this area of the Putnam County. For the rest of the county, Cookeville, all good. It's pretty much over for us. If you're in Cookeville, all good. Baxter, rain stopping in Baxter here shortly. Give it 15-20 minutes. It'll be stopping in Cookeville and all good. So just Monterey, Mineral Springs, Pinhook, you guys are under the severe thunderstorm warning. State Route 62 between Monterey and the Cumberland-Fentress County line. State Route 164 between Putnam and Fentress County and Monterey near Mineral Springs. Damaging winds will be approaching your area shortly. We have reports of power flashes with this line of storms as it crossed White County. So damage could be possible. We kind of get into a rough radar zone this far from the radar site, and it gets noisy, so it's kind of hard to depict what exactly is going on. Go ahead and use the inspector tool here. You still got a few minutes before it enters the area. 82.7 mile per hour wind gush right there in that area. So I'm gonna stick with it a little bit longer, see what it decides to do. Been a very active night across most of the state with this storm system. They've had some pretty big major tornadoes out west. Luckily, as this activity's moved more towards us, it has weakened. Although we have had this cell, this one particular cell has been going for hours. And it started over here in Mississippi, near in Arkansas, if I'm thinking right. So it has just been tracking for hours, and luckily it's got into an environment that was more stable than what it was encountering. I think if the environment was just a little bit more ripe for storms, this storm could have been a long track thing. So it looks like the damaging winds are just now starting to move into the county. Doug Hill, Clay Creek, all these little communities, all the little Cumberland Cove Road, Deer Run, Tanner Drive. Be ready. The damaging winds right here in the brighter colors will be moving into your area shortly. Not as intense as what they was 10-15 minutes ago. So not as intense as they was 15-20 minutes ago when they was crossing State Route 111 right here in White County. But still got a few pockets of pretty decent winds, 80 mile an hour there, 82.7, 80.53, 71. Still enough to do damage as it moves into the county. And definitely enough to bring down some tree limbs, maybe some power lines. As I was mentioning, NWS chat did say that they had reports of power flashes in northern White County as this storm progressed on. But it's nowhere near as intense as what it was showing a little bit while ago. So I'm going to stick with it, see what the next frames look like. With this being a severe thunderstorm warning, we may go ahead and stop the live stream if it continues on this weakening trend. If you're curious about the rest of the county, we are all good. Cookeville, Baxter, Post Oak, Bangham. If you live near the Tennessee Tech Farm, Bloomington Springs, you guys are all clear. Shady Grove, a little bit of heavy rain for you guys, but you'll be in the clear here shortly. Just watching this area right here. Continue to trek off to the northeast. See what the latest velocities show. Looks like it's picked up in intensity once again. Like I was mentioning earlier, the radar stream for this area is pretty high up. Let's see if I can get a measurement. So I'm not exactly sure if this is hitting the ground or not. If it is hitting the ground, somebody's getting some pretty intense winds. 89 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. Luckily, this is pretty rural area, Putnam County, until you start reaching over here near like Goodson Trail or Sawmill Road. Pretty much anybody in this community right here, be ready as this well, there's the latest radar scan. So it's if this is reaching the ground and you live Huckleberry Road, East Overlook Road, Arrowhead Road, right here in the southern portion, southeast portion of Putnam County, you're probably getting some very intense winds if this is actually making it to the ground. The radar beam's quite high in this portion of its viewing area, so it may not be reaching the ground. I'm not seeing any reports just yet. Going to yeah, 244 Sam at the NWS, still seeing intense damaging wind signature moving in to extreme southeast Putnam County. That's what we're watching right here. So there'll likely be some damage in that vicinity if it is reaching the ground. Go ahead and name off a few more roads here as we continue to monitor this. So there's Goodson Trail. I'm ready to report. We are losing power near the radar site, or not the radar site, but Pfeiffer Mountain is where the repeater is for the Cookeville Repeater Association. Which is right in through this area right here. So, looks like the most intense wind. So there's the updated severe thunderstorm warning. Doug Hill, you're out of it. 70 north. 40 just west of Monterey. You guys are out of it. All good. Post up Cookeville, State Route 111. You guys are all clear. Severe thunderstorms just about to make its way into Cumberland County, and when it does, I will cease coverage for Putnam County. Monterey, while you're still actively in the severe thunderstorm warning, the primary concern is to your southeast, so nothing expected too major out that way. Got my scanner going just to see if we get any reports in or whatnot from this area right in here. So I'm going to let this do one more scan. If you have anybody who has any reports of damage that's in southeastern Putnam County, go ahead and send them to our Twitter page, and they can @ me and @ the NWS, or use hashtag TSpotter for that report. So it looks like we're pretty much done with the severe weather threat for tonight and this morning. Looks like 2:50 a.m. Timing was pretty well. We was forecasting anywhere between midnight to 3 a.m. And it looks like it's going to be moving out of our county right at 2:50, 2:55 a.m. So I appreciate everyone who's watching. I'll try getting in contact with your comments and concerns. I'm going to replay this just to see what I can do a little bit better with the feed. On my side, the only issue I'm seeing is with my webcam. Streaming wise, I don't have it brought up. I don't know if I'm blurry or whatnot. So it'll be a work in progress. This is pretty much the first event that I've streamed for in quite some time. So anywho, we're going to continue this severe thunderstorm warning. It's pretty much out of Putnam County now. It's now into Cumberland County, continuing to track off to the northeast. State Route 62 might be the only area that continues to get affected by this severe thunderstorm warning. Luckily, it's a pretty rural area out in here. Tabletop Road, you might see some of this, but most of the damaging winds is moving off to the northeast. I say within the next few frames, the NWS in Nashville will probably cancel the warning for Putnam County. And once this line completely clears through, they will start getting some of the severe thunders, the tornado watch canceled for some of the area. Now I'm going to continue monitoring this just for a few more minutes. Pretty much all but the far eastern portion of Putnam County is in the clear. Monterey, you're now in the clear. Shade Grove, State Route 84, you guys are all in the clear. It's just right here along State Route 62 in far eastern Putnam County. That is the only area of concern for the entire county at the moment. And it continues to track off to the northeast. Should be out of the county within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Given the storm motion, may not even take that long. May be out of here in the next radar scan. So since the winds are the only concern, and given the rural area of this, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream for the night. If anything changes, I'll update it on Twitter. Once again, I appreciate everyone who's followed the stream today. I hope to improve it as more finances come and be involved. I like to get a few more lots and stuff. Hopefully that'll help with the webcam issue. So this has been the severe weather coverage for Putnam County for March 31st into April 1st of 2023. My name's Tyler Allen, and I appreciate everyone who's followed. Thanks.